Then, on January the 22nd, 1941, Operation Berlin began. The two battleships tried again to break through into the Atlantic. This was the start of the longest and most successful action by the two battleships. Sailing far north, they succeeded in breaking through the Danish Strait in the night of 3rd to 4th February 1941. 30 minutes after midnight came the proud signal from flagship Gneisenau. For the first time in the history of the war, German battleships have succeeded in breaking through into the Atlantic. And now, let's go get 'em, Commander-in-Chief of the fleet. The pride of the crew is almost indescribable. For them, this was, and always will be, the most famous moment in Scharnhorst history.
Der Flottenchef, Admiral Lütjens, hat seinen Stab zur Besprechung versammelt. Schluss vor den Bug. Morsespruch, stoppen Sie sofort. Die Besatzung eines Dampfers ist in die Boote gegangen und wird von einem der Schlachtschiffe übernommen. Durch Schüsse in die Wasserlinie wird das feindliche Handelsschiff schnell zum Sinken gebracht. Engländer, trotz ausdrücklichen Verbotes, gibt er Funkzeichen und verrät damit den Standort des Verbandes. Vom Nordatlantik wird in den Mittelatlantik vorgestoßen. Ein deutsches Unterseeboot erhält Anweisungen für gemeinsame Operationen, in deren Verlauf weitere 41.000 Bruttoregistertonnen versenkt wurden. Freizeit an Bord.
To ensure constant revictualling for the battleships during the Atlantic operation, a system of supply ships was set up. These ships were on station in the furthest reaches, completely self-sufficient for months on end, just waiting for the order to meet up with the battleships at an agreed rendezvous. The result of this 2-month operation was 22 merchant ships sunk, with a total of 115,622 registered tons, and of 3 tankers destined for France, only 1 of them made it. Under orders to avoid heavy surface forces, it was impossible to attack the Allied convoys, but the battleships radioed their position to guide the U-boats to the convoys. The indirect participation of Scharnhorst and Gneisenau has to be added to the overall success of the operation. It is thanks to the excellent leadership of the Commander-in-Chief of the fleet, Admiral Lutyens, and to the great efforts of the crews that the Operation Berlin was a complete success. The aircraft were frequently the only means of reconnaissance over the wide Atlantic. The Arados not only flew dangerous missions time and time again on reconnaissance work, but they also ensured the safety of the battle fleet. If you think about the superiority of the British battleships and cruisers, the operation of the German strike force in the middle of the Atlantic is all the more amazing. On March the 22nd, 1941, the battleships entered Brest in southern France, and the Operation Berlin was over.